right, guys, if anybody jumps on, this is Sherry from Black Dog Designs, and I'm going to do a little crafting video with you today. I am, however, waiting on my laptop because on the Streamlab app, it's reverting to a current title that I had, and I don't want that as my title, so I'm retyping it on my laptop. Craft with me on the Streamlab. The Stream Lab app. Okay, hopefully this will change it. Let's see, I just put Craft with Me on the Streamlab app. So let me go back to my live and see if it changed it. Didn't change it here on my iPad, but I'm hoping it changed it on the live. So yeah, what I want to make is a couple of cash envelopes. Okay, cool. So it's coming up now, Craft with Me on the Streamlab app. That's what it's showing when I just came on to my computer. So just gonna leave my laptop, put a couple things that are on my desk here. Just put my laptop a little bit out of the way for now so I have room to work, but I can still watch it. I always put my sweater on, sweater off, sweater on, sweater off. Okay, so what I'm gonna do today, been working on my budget. I want to stay in frame here. So I want to make cash envelopes for, let me turn my volume down here. I want to make cash envelopes for, we just paid the tags on our truck and our trailer in March and April. I wanted to do this last year and I didn't do it. And I was sorry I didn't. So I'm going to make a cash envelope for the tags for the truck and the trailer, and then my Toyota Camry. I pay those tags in the end of November. So I'm going to make cash envelope for those. And then I'm going to make a household one, which is just average, anything that could come up around the house, whether it's a new water heater like yesterday, maybe a new dishwasher, whatever. I'm gonna make one for that, and just auto expenses. I'm at least starting with those. And what I'm gonna do is use this paper. It's out of a pack I got at Michael's, I believe. It's a Recollections. It was on clearance, and then I got an additional $3 off. It's probably a fall collection, but it's Orange Blossom is the name of it. But I didn't care. I liked it. And I found some pretty paper that I thought I would like for a couple of these cash envelopes. I'm going to do one of them is going to be this pattern. And the other one is going to be this pattern, because they're both orange blossoms, but they've got butterflies and they still remind me of spring. So I just decided I would hop on here live with y'all and do a little project. My dog is happily asleep, which is nice. Oops. It's getting warm in here. I got my lights on, but my windows open. Got the fresh air coming in. I'm going to set up a Craft with Me spot outside too, so we can do some crafting together. Let me shift around here. maybe if I did zoom in. Oops. Let me zoom back out, see if you can see a little better. Whew, it's warm here today. What I'm going to use as a template, because my budget, the planner I use for budgeting, that's out a little too far, is a big happy planner. So I'm going to be using this the big half sheet as my template. So I'll make it the same size because I'll be cutting the top a little bit, and this will stay in my planner on my desk, so I don't have to worry about I'm not taking this cash out and about with me, so it doesn't really have to be a sealed envelope. So what I'm going to do, let me just do one at a time here, and I will be laminating them. So I figure we got to have a little bit of room for the edge. And I want it to come over, be just a little thicker. So this paper is, this paper is 4 inches. So I think if I go to 4.5, that's going to be a nice size. That's going to be a nice size cash envelope for me. So let me get my 4.5 here. You know, it's funny, when I saw these cash envelopes when I was young, probably right out of high school, and I had very little bills. I had my car, I think I owed mom and dad a little bit on my car, so I'd pay them a payment. My dad used to, he'd do this thing with me where if he bought a car, I had to pay him back half. And so we did that on a few cars when I was younger. And so I probably had my car payment, and I remember I got my very first credit card. It was a JCPenney credit card. So my mom started me out on cash envelopes and teaching me how to budget my money that way. And I was probably in my early 20s at the time, if not a little bit younger. And I'm now in my mid 50s. Well, actually, on the other side of mid 50s, 56. So it's funny how this is popular again. And here Mom did this with me years ago, and I'm doing it again. Of course, back then we didn't laminate or do anything crafty. We just, she got me white envelopes, and we labeled, you know, JCPenney payment, whatever I had. Oh, you know what? Oh no, I'm doing it right. Never mind. Scared myself there. I thought I didn't do it right. So I could do, if I do 4.5, that should be the same. Yeah. So I'm going to do a front. I could either do, did I get them the same? I could either do a front and a back. Maybe I'll do that, a front and a back. They're slightly off, just a tiny, tiny bit. Yeah, let's do that. Looks like I may need to change my blade on here. It's getting a little bit dull, and I haven't changed the blade on my Cricut cutter. Oh, I probably, you know why? Because I've been cutting a lot of yeah, that's it. A lot of a lot of laminating sheets. I know I have more Cricut. I used to have all my Cricut stuff a lot more organized than I do now, so this could pose problematic for my life. So I used to keep it all in one spot, and now I don't know where it's at. Oh, this is not good. Where would I have those? Because I used to keep them in that top drawer. Oh gosh, do I have them hanging up? No, I don't. Where would they be? Just when you think you know where everything is. And I never did change the blade, so I may have to put that one back on. And just find it at a different time. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm going to have to do because I don't know where I put them. I have a pack, just don't know where they are. So let's just proceed with this one for now, and we'll find another one later. I'll have to search for it. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna do, the front will be one pattern and the back will be another. And let's just even this up just a skosh here. Okay. So that's one. This is another. That's funny because I don't know where those are. You know how when you use your stuff a lot, you know where everything is? Like when I was doing a lot of Cricut crafting and stuff, I always knew where everything was. I haven't been Cricut crafting as much, but I've been planning more, so I know where all of my planner stuff is, but not all of most of my Cricut stuff I have over there on my shelf and hanging up, but I know I have a small package of refillable blades. Guess it's just a matter of finding them at this point. Okay, so those two will make nice bookmarks. Oh, that one ended up. You know what? But you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. That one. I ended up doing something different there. And that's okay because I got the little notch from the top, but I think by the time I put in, put it through the laminator and have to punch the side, you're not even going to notice. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to go ahead and turn my laminator on to 5 mil. I think this is 3 mil, but I oftentimes will run it through at 5. Just because. Don't see anybody hopping on yet, and that's okay. I didn't plan this. I need to start scheduling my lives, but I'm still sort of playing around with Streamlab. So that's what's up here at the moment. That right there, because we might need it again. I'm not sure. How wide is this? If this is 10, at least, nope. So you know what I could do too? Actually, let me make that the back. Then you'll never even know. Okay. So I just love my laminator. My hands don't want to work though. May need to end up using 2 sheets. I'm not quite sure yet what we're gonna do. Probably just a skosh off. I think we might be. It's funny, you cut them both to the exact same thing, but you come up just a skosh off. I'll just keep my trash can lid open. I think I have to measure anymore. So yeah, if you're hopping on, I am doing cash. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to use 2, don't you? We're making some cash envelopes for my Big Happy Planner, which is my budget planner. These down. Yep, making some cash envelopes for I'm bound and determined to get my budget on track. That was my goal the first of the year, and I can't say I did poorly. I did quite well, but I can do better. And so that's my mission from here on out, is to do better at it and to have a certain amount of debt. I don't want to fool myself and think that I can pay my debt off by the end of the year, but we can certainly pay it down to make an impact. And that is my mission. And so part of doing so is, I'm not a great budgeter, but I'm pretty good at stuff like this. So once I set my mind to it, I can do it. Yeah, gotta find my other blades for sure. We're not getting anybody hopping on it with us today. They don't love me. That's okay. My puppy loves me. Him loves me. Let's go just a skosh so we have room for money. And I know this is quite large, but as I said, it is my big planner because that's my budget planner, so that's where I'll be keeping my cash envelopes. So that looks straight. Let me bring my laminator over here. I've done that before and it works out well. Gives me plenty of room. That way I don't have to fuss with moving it too much. Once I determine that I am straight, just feed it in. This is my Amazon Basics laminator and I love it. It works great. Except I think I had something goofed up there. We'll see when it comes out. It might not be an issue. The edges just didn't line up, but see what happens. So nobody jumping on. Craft with me. We're crafting with me. Such a beautiful day. I'm starting to think of places to do plan with me's and stuff like that outside. Oh, you know what? That worked itself out just fine. I think it was just a little askew in there is all. I'm trying to drink 90 ounces of water a day, and this is 30. And I've done that before, so if I can drink 3 of those a day, I think I hit about 2 yesterday, so that's still pretty good. You know, I'm not going to run it through again right now because I'm going to run it through again after I cut it and punch it, but I do need another sheet. So I typically run it through, I'll do this and then I cut it to size, punch it to what I need it punched at, and then I will punch it again. Or run it through my laminator again, I mean. The house behind us is a rental, and the people that live there just moved out, and actually the people that are moving in is a friend apparently of my son-in-law's. He's a the guy that's moving in as a game warden here in Inyo County, and I guess he and his girlfriend are moving in back behind us. And I always have to laugh because when I have my window open, I always think, I wonder if people think I'm talking to myself. So maybe when I'll tell my brother, my son-in-law, to tell his friend that if he hears me over here talking, that I'm doing a YouTube video. I have to wait for my green light to come back on. I really love making these either dashboards or, so this is the first time I'm making cash envelopes, but I love making stuff like this for my planners. I'm still in the process of getting a good selection of paper together. So when I am at a Michael's or Joann's and I find a good pack on sale, I like to get it. My dog is so sleepy today. I don't know what's with him. Yeah, still going. Looks like it. Everything I'm seeing, we just haven't had anybody hop on. But that's okay if you see it on the live. That's good. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and ring the notification bell so you are notified when I go live or upload a new video, which I am currently working on a schedule for. I do that one upside down. I did. Sometimes me and directional things are challenging. I don't know why. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, let's keep that plugged in. This is gonna be the front of my cash envelope. So I did my other one upside down. So let me cut just a little bit of an edge. Okay. And I'm not going to cut, I'm going to cut a little bit off the bottom because there's a little excess there. Oops. Then, yep, that'll be fine. This one, I didn't get as much of an edge, although it actually looks pretty close. So let's do it this, no, that's right, because, oh yeah, because this is my, that's fine, this will work. Let me come in this way though. I like to do it upside down. I can see better. I can always take off more if I need to. I can't put it back on. Yeah, this is the way I need to be. Okay. And I'm not gonna worry about the top because I'm gonna be cutting a little bit off of there. So what I'm gonna do now is let me go ahead and get my template, and I'm gonna punch my holes because this is the front. I might like to take and clip. I have a couple of clips left over here. Yeah. Take and clip this just to keep it from moving on me if I can. There we go. And one more here. More there. Okay. This is where it hurts my hands because I don't have a Mambi punch yet, so I punch this by hand and it can make my hands a little sore. I need to get a big punch eventually. Not right now. Or just get the arc bound one. Might just do that. We've heard that's actually a much better punch. I believe it costs a little more, but we do have some future ideas and maybe the investment would be worthwhile. Oops. Okay. Undone. It's okay, I can hold it pretty good. Kind of hard to get it just right on that edge. I think I'll punch that one. Wasn't quite sure how much I was going to cut. So, oh no, I'm not done with that yet, am I? Can you hear those ring-necked doves outside of my window? I think actually they're not that. They're called the Eurasian doves. They sort of took over here a few years ago. They're quite annoying, and apparently they multiply very quickly. We never used to have them, and then several years ago, I don't know if they just were introduced into the U.S. or quite how they got here, but they have really taken over. There's times in this big tree outside my craft room that I can get so many of them that in the morning they are so loud. For some reason that one was off a little there. So is this one? Maybe I'm off a little. One more here. We can cut that if we determine we want to. Okay, so here is our first cash envelope punched. And let me grab, because this is going to go in my Big Happy Planner, let's get the Big Happy Planner. So if you saw, oh no, I took that one down, that's right. I did a live setting this one up, but then I took it down because a lot of it was goofed up. So just give it a check, make sure everything lines up and works, and it's good. Looks good. So let's go ahead. I'm actually going to cut below that just on a slight angle. And what that will do is it will open up the top of my cash envelope just enough to be able to slip cash in and out. Now see, I've got an opening. I can slip my cash in and out. Don't know if my hole puncher, let's try, no, I don't, but you know, it doesn't really matter. That corner's rounded. I could try the 7. I don't think it's gonna work. Nope. I'm not gonna worry about it. It's just gonna be going in my planner anyway. So now what I can do with this one is I can stick this in my planner, and I can put this in front of it and put my cash in. I can fold, it's big enough if I wanted to just fold it in half and stick it in there and be able to mark off. I could even cut, actually that's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and cut these off because I don't need to stick it in my planner. I will just put it in my envelope and just get those off of there. There we go. Now I can stick this down into my cash envelope. Nobody knows that's what it is because it's in my planner, but I can stick that in there. Actually, I think what I'll do is fold it in half. Stick it in there. Let me run it through my laminator again one more time. Just since we've punched the holes, I like to laminate again. And that one will be done. Looks like I'll have to make one more, but I'll do that off of my live unless somebody hops on and wants to see it, but I will do it off the live if not. Oh. Neck and my shoulders are sore today. I think because I was picking Ryder up yesterday. I watched him the day before, and then yesterday I went over to Molly's for a little bit, and he always wants me to hold him and lift him. And I think that's why my arms are sore today and my shoulders. Okay. So one cash envelope is done. I will stick my piece of paper in here for my reference. That can go into my planner when it's ready. And this one we need to punch as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see, that's the top, that's the bottom. That's the hardest part sometimes, just getting it lined up there just right. Plans and Pens, hello, you are the only one that has joined me, dear. I am making some cash envelopes. I use my big planner for my budgeting and keeping track of my bills. So I've done one already. I just took some construction paper, front and back, did it the size of the big half sheet since it's my big planner, and I did cut it down a little, but I've got my paper in here, which is my breakdown of what this cash envelope will be, and then I can keep track every month as I put my money in there. And so this is my second one. I thought this was really pretty paper. I got it You tried them for February and they really worked? Yeah, I think they're a great idea. I was saying earlier in my live when I was just out of high school and still living at home, I had a little car payment and I'd gotten a little, I think, JCPenney credit card. And my mom had me do this, you know, and although it was very small scale, I wish I had that kind of bills these days, but yeah, she did, and she just set up regular white envelopes and wrote like car payment, how much I had to put depending on what my pay schedule was at the time, you know, whenever I got paid. So she put, if it was bi-weekly, you know, put so much every 2 weeks in this envelope to make your car payment at the end of the month, and with my credit card. So I haven't done it for a very, very, very long time. The breakdown sheet, yeah, that's, you know, I kick myself because the big ones I'm doing is for the tags on our truck and our trailer, because those are a big expense. And you know, it's one of those things, I knew they were coming because we paid them last year. And I kept thinking, you know, you need to be putting so much away, you need to be putting so much away. And then come March and April, when those big tags are due and you have to pay them, it like really hurts. So I swore, I said, you know, I'm not going to do that again. I've got a year now at least, because we just got them paid. If I just do this and stick to it, I can have my money set aside. I know, weren't those nice? Gosh, I wish I wish I had those bills. And I always tell my husband, I wish I was as fat as I thought I was then. Because I really thought I was fat then, and that was several pounds lighter. So what, okay, so I don't have a Mambi punch, so I just punched it by hand and cut the things. And let me just see on my planner, make sure. I'm going to cut this top one. Did you make your, that one's a little bit, need to cut that down just a little bit. Or I could go up. Maybe I'll do that. No, because the sheet's long. Let me cut that. I'll cut that a little bit. Did you make your cash envelopes? This is the first time I'm doing the cash envelopes, and I'm still trying out the Streamlab app too. So I think, what did I do with this one? How long did I cut this one? I'm going to need to make one more. So I did. Okay, so it doesn't have to be exact. I'm just sort of cutting it at a little bit of an angle. Just maybe I could do it the same, just so that I can get into my envelope. It sure seems popular, and it seems like a lot of people are doing it. I know, if only, huh? If only. Yeah, so I'm doing it with my tags, actually, for the, I'm going to take that out because it's kind of in the way. For the truck and the trailer, and for my car, those are due in November, I think. Of course, they're not near as much as a truck and trailer, but still, it'd be nice to have that couple $100 already put away and not have to take it out of the general fund. And it, you know, when I used to, I'm not working outside the home currently, but when I used to, I was self-employed, and so I would get cash, and I really miss that, because it really would be a lot easier for me to, what am I trying to do here? Lord, I've got myself confused. Yeah, it would be a lot easier for me. right now if I was bringing in cash for my income. But I guess what people must do is, you know, when you get your paycheck, just get in the habit of, get in the habit of taking cash out, I suppose. You use the pink 4-pocket trifold folder thing from Office Depot. Oh, I haven't seen that. Oh, you didn't get a notification? Yeah, I just sort of hopped on last minute and I wondered about that. And not having done lives for a while, you know, I didn't really expect that a lot of people would hop on, but I need to get cut back through this one. But it's okay. Maybe they'll watch the replay. I need to change the blade on my cutter. So I've been doing a lot of laminating, so I've been cutting so much and it's getting dull, but I can't find, I know I have replacements somewhere, but I can't find them. Okay, so let me run this one back through the laminator. Once I do them, I like to run them back through. Once I punch them. It says 3 people are watching. I know, isn't that weird? I noticed that a lot on lives. Like it'll say, you know, 10 people watching and then there's only 2 or 3 people conversing. Or there'll be like 50 people watching and 4 likes or something. I don't know how accurate that whole counting situation is. Sadie Faye plans is Crystal. I didn't have my notification. Oh, yeah, thank you. I kind of had to do the same thing. Especially since I've added, since the challenge started, that one bent a little bit. I don't know why. Since the hashtag 52-day challenge that we started, I was getting so many, my emails were just getting inundated with notifications. So I have to be careful how many people how many people I hit that I get notified from. Because if I'm not careful, I get so many, I've got a ton of emails to delete already that are just mostly YouTube notifications. Okay, what do you guys think? So that's 2 of the cash envelopes. I just did those the same because they're going to go into my Big Happy Planner. This was a lie. I set this up live yesterday, testing out this Streamlab. Yeah, but I ended up deleting it because a lot of it didn't come out very good. So, see, then I can just pop these in here. My Big Happy Planner, stick my, I could cut that off, I don't need that, and it sticks out the top. So this one's for my truck and my trailer, our truck and trailer, and my car. So my breakdown of how much I have to put every month between now and next March and April, so as not to get myself in the same bind. And this one is a household one. For basic household expenses, because we just had to buy a new water heater yesterday, which was not a planned purchase. And that was almost $800 that I didn't have money set aside for. So see, I'm learning the hard way. God is telling me, girl, you better get your act together. And so now I just sort of set a household, and this is just a rough guesstimate of $1,000, because I figure, you know, if you have $1,000 in a in a little cash envelope and your dishwasher quits or something unexpected, you've at least, even if you don't have all of it, it'd be nice to have some of it, right? Yes, 800. And you know what? That was a good deal. My husband called. We don't have a Home Depot here. We'd have to go about 2.5 hours away from a Home Depot. So he priced them there, and they were six something. It was for a 40-gallon hot water tank. But it would be another $100 in fuel for us to gas up the truck and make a round trip to get the water heater at Home Depot. So he called here locally, and at first their quoted price was $1,300, if you can believe that, which is not uncommon for where we live because we get gouged on everything. But my father-in-law, who since passed, was a plumber and had an account at one of the at the, I think, Western Nevada Supply company. And so they were talking to my husband, and they said, well, we'll just put you on Gary's contractor's license and give you his discount. So it actually brought it down from $1,300 to $7 something, but closer to $8 by the time you include tax. Yeah, that's a good way to do a new cell phone. Yeah, figure out how much, like if you have a plan of when you want to do it and how much you think it's going to cost. Isn't the floral pretty? I thought that was pretty. Do you guys want to make one more with me, or is everybody heading out to do other things? Because I can go either way. I've got to make one more, but I can certainly do it just without the camera rolling, or I can, this was a template from a thing I made before for my other planner. Try to get all my stuff together. And then I did one for, this is auto. So this is just for 12 months, $1,500. It was just an amount that I threw out there, figuring, okay, it could be anything. Now my husband is a mechanic, so he can do a lot of work himself, but you still have to buy, you know, like for our big truck, if he changes the oil, that's probably $100 worth of oil just to change it. Okay, I'll do one more. If you need tires, luckily the truck tires are still pretty good, and the car tires are fairly new, but since we're down to the 2 vehicles, he uses my car. He commutes an hour one way, so 2 hours a day he commutes, an hour to work and an hour home, and the car's cheaper to drive. And if I don't need the car for anything, he takes it because it does save us a lot on fuel. But he puts a lot of miles on the tires, so I know even though they're new, probably in about a year we're going to need new tires on the car again. So I'm just saying it's going to be inevitable. We're going to need tires. Let's just start for a year and put that away. So those are kind of my big 3. They revolve around autos and home. But I guess if you think about it, those are your big expenses, unless you have, you know, like a lot of student loans and things. So this is the paper pad that I have to work from. And I'll see if I can show it to you. Move my laminator back out of the way and my water out of the way. So I did those ones, the florals. Let me take them back out. So we did the white background floral and the pink background floral. These are really pretty, but they're like not super easy to cut up. This was a pad from Michael's that I got last time I was out of town for a doctor's appointment. I think it was on regular, maybe $20. Oh, that's kind of pretty. Look at that. Just a simple gray. That's really pretty, if you can see that. Yeah, it was on clearance for like $8 something, and then another $3 off. So I got them for $5 something. So I don't mind that it's fall colors, but it's orange blossom, so when are oranges in season? Seems like the springtime, right? And it's got butterflies and little birdies. Let's see what else. I've made something. Oh, I don't have it here with me. Well, I have my mini. I made a cute little, just a little insert for my mini. Kind of a fun little laminated thing out of one of these photos. Or one of these pictures. That's just from camping. But I thought that was cute with the little windows, and it just adds a little pop of color there. Oh, and I made my cover too. No, I didn't make my cover on that one. Never mind. So if you guys, we're just flipping through here, and since we've already got the orange, kind of the peachy and the white, yeah, that's what I made my cute little just decoration from, but with the green background. I thought those were really cute. And this is, nope, that's not quite where we're at, but it's similar. Think back here. Oh, that's kind of neat too. Okay, that one's pretty. They're all very, very much in the orange tones, but except for that one's pretty. We could do that one if we want to keep with the same theme and get just a little different color. Otherwise, we go into some stripes. Yeah, it's like sinking funds. Yeah, I haven't really done sinking funds, but that's what I think it is. Basically, I think it is sinking funds. And although I don't know the correct terminology for sinking funds, but I kind of think of it as like, you know, expenses you know you're going to have. Or could be like, let's do this green one because that's pretty. It goes with it, but it's a little different. You know, expenses you know you're going to have. Maybe for some folks it'd be a vacation. I guess that could be considered a sinking fund. We don't usually take vacations as a rule for some reason, but we do take our camper. Oh, I know. There's my Maxie. But it's okay. I think I just made something shine on the ceiling. Maxie, that's okay, bud. Oh, he sees a light on the ceiling and he's barking at it. Max, you're interrupting our live. I don't want you to hurt the lady's ears. So yeah, so we don't really take. I'm gonna make this one a little bit wider. I did 4.5 inches on that. I'm gonna do 5. No, I'm not, because then I won't get 2. I'll do 4 3/4. I should get 2. Maxie. He's my little rescue. His name is Max, and he barks at shiny things. And he's been so quiet this whole time until now. Okay, so that turned out pretty good. I like that. That's pretty, huh? I like having just a little bit of different. So yeah, do you guys have sinking funds set up? You have a hard time picking the paper? I know, it is kind of hard, huh? They're all so pretty. I want to find more. I don't have a whole lot of like paper. I've got one smaller pack, but it's too small to do this with. So I was really excited to get this one. But I don't know when I'm going to be at a Michael's or a Joann's to get more, so I know I go see my oncologist again in 6 months, but I hope I don't have to wait that long. No, I'm sure we'll get down where the Home Depot is, because we've got some household projects we need to get done this summer. And this spring lot's still nice, and there's a Joann's down there, so I'm sure I can at least find something between that and Walmart. Give me a little more variety, because I just love laminating stuff. I'm sort of like obsessed with it. In fact, I told my husband, don't be surprised if you come home and find the dog laminated. Could happen. Okay, so this is our third one for Otto. I saw a lady the other day, and I'm not quite sure how she did it, because she had envelopes like this, and they were sealed on this edge, but she had the inside edge laminated and punched and cut. So when she took these off of her planner, it was open on this side, which she didn't, you know, she wasn't worried about like her cash falling out because it's held by the rings, by the discs, but I don't think she showed how she cut it. I'm going to have to see if I can go back and find her and maybe try that, but for now I'm just going to stick it in here. And like I said, I mean, this planner is a big, so it just stays on my desk anyway. I don't take it anywhere. Uh-oh, can't make it. There it goes. It's probably going to bark. It'll be my fault. I made something shiny. He'll stop in a minute. Maxie, it's gone, bud. It's gone, buddy. It's gone. Mom made Goonies again. Matt, am I gonna have to kick you out? I might have to, buddy, if you keep barking. No. Let me put him out, guys, and we'll finish this up. Come on, bud. Come on, I gotta put you out. Just so I can finish, because you're too loud. You go play outside. You go play outside. Okay. Okay. He's a noisy one. A little bit off there, but... So yeah, I'm not quite sure how she cut the inside of it. But this just stays on my desk, so I'm not worried about, I'm not sure with cash envelopes. What do you guys think? Do you, yeah, your funds are always sinking. I know mine are too. That'd be one of your financial goals. Good, yeah. You know, it's, sometimes I feel like I gotta do something. Gotta do something different than what I'm doing, because getting these unexpected and expected large ticket items that I even know about, that I don't prepare for, are a bit hard to swallow. But I'm wondering if the sun's starting to come in my west side window in my craft room, so I do get a little shadows, but I'm not going to worry about closing it. It's so nice outside. I'm not really comfortable carrying a lot of cash around in cash envelopes. So for me, and I don't even think my husband's comfortable with me having cash in my planner sitting on my desk, but I'll do it my way. But I wouldn't want to carry a lot of cash around. I know when I was working and, like I said before, I don't remember if anybody was on, that I was self-employed. So I had a lot of cash, but even at that, I'd go deposit it in the bank. I wouldn't carry a lot of cash on me. So for these, I really wouldn't want to be out and about with my planner and have a bunch of cash. It seems as though it could be too easy just to lose, you know. Okay, so I will run it through the laminator. Do you guys have laminators? I got this one off Amazon. It's just the basics. It wasn't even that expensive. I'm gonna say Ooh, probably under 50, if even that. And it's a pretty good little laminator. Okay. That is so cute. I just love the back of that. Okay, so we're gonna cut this. I gotta find my blades because I know I have replacement blades for this, but I can't find them and it's getting very dull. They were in a specific drawer forever and now I don't see them there. So one of my cleaning escapades, I must have moved them. Probably moved them thinking that I would find them in another spot. So this Streamlabs seems to be working out pretty good for those of us that have less than 1,000 subscribers in order to do our lives. I was telling Indonesia yesterday on my live that I ended up taking down because I wasn't happy with it. That before, when I first started doing YouTube videos, this was probably a year and a half ago or so, I used to use a streaming app essentially called Switcher Studios. And it's a really neat app for going live. You can do a lot of different things with it, but you can't stream through it on YouTube without having the 1,000 subscribers yet. So at this point, it's not an option. For some reason, that thing's acting up on me. But it's called Switcher Studio if you ever want to look into it. If you've got, over the 1,000 subscribers, it's a really neat live streaming app. You do pay for it though. You can pay yearly and you can pay for different, I'm going to say like a professional one, or I just do the monthly. When I do it, it's about $40 a month. I don't know that it was really worth it, but it was fun. Kind of like a little video filming app type thing. So you might want to look into that too. So I don't have a Mambi punch as of yet. So I still have to punch by hand. If I do enough of these, it can make it sore. I've seen a couple people mention that they use the arc punch, that it's actually a much better punch. Yeah, that I think that would be okay. Like gas and groceries, that would be, I kind of see the theory on that, because if you're trying to stick to your, if I've only got $80 cash for the grocery store for the week, and you take that and you don't say, okay, I'm not going to use my debit card. This is all I have. This is all I can use. This is what I'm going to do. I can see it for small amounts like that, for the cash envelopes. Yeah. I think the sinking funds maybe, and I don't even know the terminologies, but maybe I'm just guessing, maybe sinking funds are larger ticket things like tags, insurance, if that's due once a year, property tax and things like that, whereas the cash envelopes, I could see that. Maybe I'll do some of those too, with maybe some other paper or smaller for the mini or the classic, or for TNs, for the Hobonichi, whatever you carry around. Yeah, and that would be perfect for gas or spending money. If you are going out shopping and you want to keep yourself on a budget, that would be a good idea. I know sometimes when I'm shopping and if I'm using the debit card, sometimes I'm a little shocked when I get to the checkout counter and things are a little bit more than I thought I was spending. I don't do a lot of shopping here at home because we really don't have much except a Kmart that isn't very good, and some local stores that aren't very cheap. But I am a friend of Amazon though. But not right now. Not since my tag kerfluffle and my water heater kerfluffle. Okay, so let's test this and see. It should work. Determine how tall we want this one to be. That's pretty, isn't it? I love that color. I think this one, let's maybe just cut it right across. Not try to do anything fancy with it. I'm going to go off camera just for a second here to cut this. Whew, that's why my blade is getting so dull. Okay, it worked there, so that's good. Just round that edge a little bit. So there's that one. We can pop in. Let me run it through the laminator. Thought you were going to spend 30 to 40 at the grocery store today and it was 60. I know. Isn't that awful? Groceries are so expensive. We're really expensive here because we're considered like a tourist destination, and we're in California, and I think I've heard that the Vons here in Bishop and the Vons in Mammoth, being as how we're tourist areas, are the highest Vons in the country. We did just get a grocery outlet. So that's really nice because I've noticed a lot of things at grocery outlet are cheaper. The only thing is the selection. You can't get everything there. So some things, that you can't get at grocery outlet, you have to go to Smart & Final or Vons for. But there is some stuff at grocery outlet that's about, I'm going to say, like 50% less than what it is at Vons. So that's a big difference. But groceries are so expensive. Yeah, it's terrible. We don't live in we live in a beautiful place as far as that goes, but not a good place for housing is expensive, gas is expensive, heating, just the cost of living in general is expensive here. We have to sacrifice for living in such a beautiful place with high prices. It's the trade-off. So this is the car one. Yeah, auto. That's the one I did just set a random amount for. And let's do these sort of like this for something fun. We can put them in here and I'll put it on my desk. And I think I have maybe $60 in cash. Oh, somebody's servicing the swamp cooler next door. They're probably gonna think I'm talking to myself. Yeah, so I have a little bit of cash that I will gather up and pop in here for getting this started. Should I put that one in the middle or that one in the back? Let's put it in the middle. Okay, so we are off to a good start with our cash envelopes, and hopefully I can report in 6 months or a year as a buffering. I'm surprised we did as good as we did for as long as we did. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with those. I'll be happier when they're full of cash, but I think that was a fun little project, and I'm glad you guys hopped on with me. Thank you very, very much for hanging with me. I hope you get some inspiration if you guys do some sinking funds envelopes or some cash envelopes. Let me know. I may make some smaller to fit my mini, because what I'm thinking is when I go to like the grocery store, because my big stays on my desk, as I mentioned, it doesn't leave my office. I do take my classic size sometimes when I go, but since I've just recently got my mini, I'll probably more than likely either take that or my, I just did a Hobonichi one. I don't know if you guys saw my Fobonichi, if you guys saw my video or not. Did I no, I didn't video it because I did it when we were camping, so I couldn't. But I think I posted pictures to Instagram, so I'm going to be setting up another Hobonichi. So I think what I'll do is I'll make a cash envelope for this and a cash envelope for my mini, and then depending what I'm going to go to town, I'm going to set myself a budget. Like say if I'm going to go to the grocery store, I'll go pull out, you know, $60 cash and just stick it in my envelope and say that's, or take out 100, put 20 in the gas tank, you know, 80 for my groceries, whatever. So I think I'll make a couple small ones for these. I'm not going to do it right now or even this evening for that matter, but I will do them soon, and I will post, I'll film a video on them and post it, and then also post to Instagram. So you are welcome for sharing. Thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. It is, we're West Coast, so it's 3:48 here. If you guys are West Coast, you're 6:48. So I'm gonna clean up my mess, and I think the guy next door thinks I'm crazy talking to myself. But yeah, I'm gonna clean up my mess, and my husband should be home from work pretty soon. Gonna barbecue some hamburgers for dinner. And then tomorrow I have to clean house tomorrow. So I got behind because when we didn't have the hot water, I couldn't get my bathrooms cleaned. I couldn't mop my floors. So I have to get caught up on that tomorrow, get some chores done, and I will see you all next time, or I will see you on somebody else's live. So you guys take care, have a wonderful evening, and thank you for joining me and sticking with me. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.